The life lessons of Gintama. When you know you have a Katsura episode, it's to die for. It really is. Katsura episodes are probably one of the best episodes of Gintama. They're funny. Sometimes they have a life lesson and a meaning behind them. Or usually, majority of the time they do. And they're just fucking great. Because there's not enough Katsura in Gintama. So currently, it's like 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. I kind of got a little bit sidetracked. I was, replying to comments on the room tour, and then, I was replying to comments on the Tokyo Ghoul video, different things like that, and then I was reading some manga, and I got sidetracked, didn't watch Gintama until just, like, less than 30 minutes ago when I sat down. And I'm like, oh, fuck, time's passing by, I've been up all fucking night, let's just, let's see how Gintama is this week. And I was surprised, well, not really surprised, because last week's episode ended on a cliffhanger where we kind of assumed that it was going to be a Katsura episode with the Shogun, but it did turn out to be like that this week, and it was fucking hilarious. It really was, like, sorry if I don't seem as energetic as normal. I am pretty fucking tired, I'm not even going to deny that. But this episode does have a message, and the message that it has is pretty damn nice. Like, it's a very simple message. I think anybody could really realize the message of this episode, because it's nothing really so hidden as some messages that, Gintama usually does, but it's still a damn good message. For one thing that you really need to pick out of this episode, like just pull out and learn from, is that a true leader is someone that will stand by his comrades, his subordinates, his men, whoever. He will stand with them, and he will fall with them when they fall. That is a true leader. That was one of the examples we learned in this episode, along with how, like, finding out a leader needs to be able to accept their flaws and understand that they can be wrong and have hardships. See, to see something like that, it's a very beautiful way to showcase leadership in this episode of Gintama. We kind of got to see more of the Shogun's character with this week's episode. I mean, I think all of us kind of realized what type of character the Shogun was. I mean, it was very obvious he was a very compassionate person, the way he acts, for what we have seen from him, barely from what we've seen from him through the series. He was still a very cool character, and he's always been a nice character. And seeing this episode, you get to see what type of leader he is, and he's not really all that bad as he appears compared to what everybody says when it comes to the government. After witnessing this episode, if you had any doubts about the Shogun, I think majority of those doubts probably got crushed with this episode, because the guy, he's a stand-up guy. I mean, the way he went about, falling with the subordinates, to how he was wanting to learn his enemy, like, learn what type of person his enemy was, Katsura, and then also how he was willing to accept his weaknesses and then allow his weaknesses to be used against him for he could become a better person and grow from them. That was some really good moments in this episode I truly enjoyed. Very good things that many people can actually learn from. Even me or anyone could take some of these examples that were used in this episode of Gintama and learn from it to better ourselves. That's the beauty of Gintama. It really is. That's the fucking beauty of this series, because so many messages, so many things, and it makes my mind explode with how a mangaka can deliver so many messages with so many different episodes or chapters, since, the mangaka actually just writes chapters and it gets, animated by the animators. But still, it's strange how a mangaka can do these many messages through so many different unique scenes and themes throughout the series. It's a rarity. It really is. And this episode, once again, another good example of that. Now, besides the message, the episode, I can't unsee that all characters with top knots are the same person. I can't unsee that. Like, Gintama does this shit all the time. Like, with Shinpachi, when we found out more about that, when, all character designs were based off of Shinpachi. You remember when we found out about that in the earlier parts of Gintama? Well, now seeing the top hat, I'm like, oh my fucking god, why? So, once again, as per usual, Katsura episodes tend to be one of the best episodes when it comes to comedy. Like, when it comes to unique comedy and stuff, Katsura episodes are just too damn good. And as I said earlier on in this video, there's not enough Katsura. There isn't enough Katsura. He's one of my personal favorite characters, and there's not enough of him. There really isn't. There is never enough Katsura, which saddens me. I mean, I really hope in the future of Gintama, like probably these upcoming arcs, we get an arc that's kind of focused on Katsura and focused on him and gives him some good, I guess, characterization, along with, I guess, giving him a really good spotlight in an arc. I mean, he's had, arcs, and he's played a lot of roles in a lot of arcs, but I mean, those arcs are very few and in between. He doesn't usually have the biggest of roles, so I hope he does in some form of arc in the future, or later episodes, because these are one of my favorites when it comes to Gintama. So tell me your thoughts. How do you all feel about this week's episode of Gintama? I mean, did you enjoy what we got this week? How do you feel about the comedy when it came to Katsura? And he's like, I'm not a fool, I'm Katsura, crushes the fucking TV. I mean, what was your favorite part about this episode? Please let me know in the comments below. And I guess I want to go hit the hay. I'm pretty fucking tired. Like, I'm really tired. So, Himoto and, Ore Monogatari, see, I can't even speak right. Ore Monogatari and Himoto are going to be a little bit delayed today because I want to get some rest. I want to get some good rest where I can get up, work on that vlog, that weekly vlog, since I couldn't do it yesterday because of the, the room tour. I wanted to work on those 2 reviews when I get up, and then work on the vlog. Vlog should be up later tonight, so yeah. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.